Today, fellow crafters, welcome back to the Pixie Dust Designs YouTube channel. I'm Tamara, the card creator, and today we'll be crafting a little magical trick-or-treat card. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And to make sure you never miss out on our latest tips and tricks from all our talented creators, click that bell icon. Today, we're going to be making this spectacular card from Pixie Dust Designs. I'm going to be using the digital Halloween Ghost stamp set. From my LaserJet printer, I printed the stamp set both on copy paper and also on my vellum. Aren't those cute little critters? So awesome. And I wasn't sure when I started where I was going to go with this direction, but I knew I wanted to foil these sentiments. So I took this fabulous green foil. I felt like this felt Halloweenish to me, and I cut it to size, and I placed it over the trick-or-treat sentiment, and I adhered it with some mint tape, which is a low-tack tape. I cut my sentiment out, and I'm going to place it through my foiling system. I don't know about you, but I always put it through twice. Even though it always adheres great on the first time, I just like that reassurance of having it run through the second time. Once this comes out, it looks fantastic. From here, I knew I wanted to color part of my ghost, or all of my ghost. I wasn't sure yet at this point, to be my center point. Or my main focal point, rather. I start with the hat, and I start with my darkest Copic markers. I always start with my dark and do my shadows. And normally when I'm layering my colors, I do 3 or 4, just kind of depending on how much I have to color. So I do all those shadow areas, and then I follow in with my medium color, just creating a little bit of contrast. Make sure you always go over your darkest color with your medium color. And then I move to my light. After I'm done with that, and I did the ribbon on the hat in purple, I thought the buckle needed a little more pizzazz. So I did take my Versamark pen, it's an embossing pen, which is fabulous, and I heat set it with a little bit of gold. And I love how this just makes it pop. Sometimes it's the little things, the unexpected things, that just makes our art, our creations just gorgeous. So watch as this heats. It's amazing. You immediately see the difference, and I'm so glad I did this little technique. Watch. It's like magic. Love it. Next, I decided I wanted to do the pumpkin, and it looked like the pumpkin had carrots in it. I don't know if it's supposed to be candy, but it did look like carrots to me, so that's what I went with. So here again, I start with my darkest orange, go to my medium, followed by light. The eyes look a little, I don't know, just plain to me, so I wanted to make them stand out. So I had the idea of taking my embossing pen and doing yellow embossing powder. And it brings this pumpkin to life. What a wonderful jack-o'-lantern this becomes. It's almost as if the eyes are glowing. Watch as this transforms. How awesome is that? Love it. So from here, I'm now thinking of how I want to put my card together. So what I do is I cut out my little spooky ghost, as well as my little jack-o'-lantern. And I know I'm going to use all of the jack-o'-lantern, so I cut it completely out. And for the ghost, I only want the hat and the magical wand. So that's what I cut out. It does take just a few moments to cut this out, but I felt as if the end result turned out fabulous, and I'm so glad I took this step. Now, onto my ghost, which is in vellum. Once again, I wanted to take that Versamark pen and outline my ghost. You can see the lines very easily from the laser printer, so it's very easy to follow. And then from here, I'm going to sprinkle white glitter embossing powder. And it kind of gives it like this little shimmer as well as a little bit of shine. So it makes this ghost really pop. And we're about to see some magic here. I ended up doing this step twice, although you only see it once, but I felt like twice just to make sure that I had enough coverage everywhere. I also did the eyes in white, and you can actually see that here, even though you don't see it on video. But I wanted to adhere the hat as well as the wand to my ghost figure. So essentially, I just glue it, pop it on, let it dry. That's all I did here. And here comes the wand. Very easy to line these up. Again, just almost like a puzzle. You're just putting the pieces together. While that is drying, I want to work on my background. What I always do is just start with whatever inks are on my brush. And I want to see how my picture progresses from there. And if I need to go darker, then at that point, I will add more ink. The yellow looked great. Completely pleased with that. I felt like the blue, as well as the purple, were a little bit too light for me. I wanted to create more of almost like an eerie scene. And with the pastel colors, it just wasn't going to cut it for me. So I'm just trying to play with it, trying to see where it comes. I'm like, nope, not going to work. So I ended up bringing 3 of my Distress Oxide inks out just to create more darkness and depth to my background. And as you can see, this was a great choice because it really just starts to make my background pop and create that spooky, eerie vibe that I was going for. I wanted to get a little bit of the color through my moon because I do feel as if that created more like clouds. Again, more of the spooky scene, as if you can be spooky with these cute little ghosts, but you know what I mean. And the black is a must. It just kind of makes it more of a night scene, which is what I was going for here. Don't you think this looks so much better than the pastels? I do. So now I felt as if I needed to just kind of brainstorm and see what everything was going to look like. But first, I want to hear my sentiment. So I did cut a black square and placed my sentiment in the middle because I know I'm going to need something to adhere that because it's on vellum and I didn't want my glue to be seen through the back. But look at that foiling. Isn't that stunning? Love it. So here, I wanted to create some orbs or stars, but my thought process at first was orbs. And I liked how that looked. So I decided now to go with stars. So I added a little bit of white to my pigment, and they're very faint. You can hardly see them on camera, but in person, you can see them, and they're perfect. But like any woman, I wanted more. So more I shall have. So I added a few more orbs or stars or whatever you want them to be. And I did it in white. And then I thought, a little bit of silver might be great as well, just to create more of an iridescent look. So here in just a second, my silver comes out. And now we have a little bit of silver. And that kind of gives it a little bit more shine when you tilt it in the light, as well as that foiling. So beautiful. Now I wanted to adhere my card. And I always make sure that my card is going in the right direction. One too many times I put it on upside down or opening the wrong way. Yeah, so this is a must for me from now on. Here, I'm just trying to see what everything looks like, just trying to get like a mental picture. Okay, I like this. I like how this is coming together. So now I start adhering. And I do start with my sentiment and work my way down. I really love how that foiling turned out. I feel like when the light catches it, it's beautiful. And the eyes on the jack-o'-lantern just make that stand out perfectly. It's almost like there's a light inside of it. Now, on to our ghost. He's so adorable, so cute. And I only place the glue on my hat as well as my wand because I want the body of the ghost to be floating. So the ghost body is not adhered at all. So it's very free and flowy, which is exactly what I was looking for. So kind of like when you have the card upright, floats a little bit. Now we need a little more sparkle. So I added to the star of my wand, as well as the jack-o'-lantern's eyes. So when the light catches it, you do see like a little bit of shimmer. And it's that little touch there that makes it magical. I absolutely love this little touch. Now, the finished project. Look at the foil. Look at the eyes. Look at the buckle on the hat. How cute is that? Just a little bit of shine. So cute. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more crafting tips, design ideas, and fun tutorials. And as always, click the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest content. See you next time.